You like my new shirt? I got it for Christmas. Some good friends of mine got it for me. I think they watch too much of my channel. I feel like this really describes me. Oops, I did it again. You remember last video when I said I wasn't gonna burn any more brush piles right now? I changed my mind. Well, what's up guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and yes, in the last video I said I was not gonna be burning this brush pile right now. But it's raining again, it's wet, the ground's wet, and I did as best I could with the tractor the other day to kind of restack and compact this pile. And this is the last big brush pile in this field, so we might as well burn it when the conditions are good. You know, why wait another couple weeks? I've tried burning it a couple times and got a little bit of progress, but not really well. But I think it's going good now, and we're not really supposed to get any heavy downpours the rest of the day. It's just, you know, one of those 100% chance of rain days. It really hasn't done much more than a heavy drizzle and a few sprinkles and one or two little showers. But I may come back here and try another spot in the back. You can kind of see where I've repacked and restacked and everything. The problem is there's a lot of big logs in here and not a lot of small tinder to get going. So we'll give it a shot, see what that propane torch can do. So it's the next morning. You remember when I said something like, oh, most of the higher chances of big rain's done, it's probably just going to be light showers. Well, but I was wrong, or were the weather guessers wrong? I don't know, somebody was wrong. We got quite a bit of rain. It was mostly this morning, but you can see that this entire pasture where the donkeys and Ralph and everybody are kind of flooded. We're standing in water, aren't we? Ralph, you're dirty, man. What have you been doing? So as you can see, the ducks are just living their best life. Everybody else is trying to stay on high ground, huh, Phoebe? Good news is at least the donkey's hay bale I managed to put in at least a little bit of a high spot, so it's not standing in water. And we did not get enough rain to actually get the creek up, but it is enough to saturate the ground and give the ducks somewhere to play for a little while. Pepper, you the only one smart enough to stay up here at the barn, huh? Everybody else is just out walking around. You just chillaxing today, aren't you? You gonna take the day off? I wouldn't work today if I were you. I'd probably just stay in your bed. That's a good plan for today. Yep. Don't get up. Just stay there. Here. Can I touch you? Huh? Oh, don't bite me. Now, I don't actually think it started raining until, I don't know, middle of the night. Raining hard, I mean, other than just a light drizzle. So hopefully that gave the brush pile several hours of time to burn before heavy downpours. So we'll go check and see how much of that brush pile burned. I'm going to venture to say a pretty good portion of it burnt up, but I'm not going to try to get the tractor over here and push on it because it's going to turn into a mud hole out here. So celebrate the rain. We did get, I'm going to say, an inch to an inch and a half of rain over the last 24 hours. Maybe more than that, I'm not sure. I don't have a rain gauge, but we're saturated right now. I don't know if we got enough rain over at Mill Creek to fill the pond over there. I'll go up and check the pond here. Hopefully we got quite a bit of runoff water in the pond at Mill Creek. Well, our brush pile is still burning a little bit even through all the rain, and I would say we burn up at least somewhere between a third and a half of it. So I wish I could get the tractor here and restack it, because it would take off again, I guarantee you. But I'm not going to get the tractor out in this muddy mess, and I don't know. It is what it is, but it's a good effort. We got a lot of it burned. Let's see what the other side looks like. Not so much over here, but it's still smoking. Who knows? It may smolder for days. Well, this pond caught quite a bit of water. It's definitely not full. I'll kind of zoom in and show you. You can see the dark line on that tree where the water line should be. So we're still probably a foot below normal at this pond, but I'm going to say it came up at least 12 to 14 inches. So that's great. In other news, this Can-Am Defender is either going to have to get a set of fender flares or the half doors, because the wide stance and the mud tires on it throw mud and water all over me, all over the seat. Not something my wife would be excited about. So you learn something every day, right? I learned you either have to get some fender flares or some half doors for this thing, because it's getting me filthy. And I think with it being such a nasty, sloppy day, it'd be a good day to feed everybody a little alfalfa instead of grain today. I try not to overdo it on the alfalfa. This stuff's expensive, but it's really good for them when we don't have any grass on pasture right now. I'm trying to help them out as much as I can. That's supposed to be a 3-string bale, and it only had 2. But anyways, we'll give everybody some alfalfa today. There you goats. You want a little alfalfa today? Well, move. I don't want to throw it on your head. What's up, buddy? How's Bear today? Hey, donkeys. Come on, girls. Come on, donkeys. Ooh, there's a lot of alfalfa, goat. It's all over me. Hey, I gave you some in the barn now. Is that good, RJ? You like that alfalfa? I also threw a few flakes in here, and they've kind of cleaned those up already for the most part, picking through them, but that's plenty of alfalfa for them for the day. Don't forget they do have a big round bale. Hey, you be nice to RJ. Don't kick RJ now. Everybody can share. We got plenty to go around. Phoebe, will you share with RJ? RJ, come eat with Phoebe. She said she would share. It's starting to rain again. Girls, y'all eat up quick. Jerry, you want some of this too? I'm surprised you two fellas are out here. It's kind of raining a little bit. It's amazing what good food will do to you, huh? I mean, I know you're not making that sound for good food, but this is a G-rated show, right? PG, maybe? Steve, you want some too? Here. There you go, buddy. Copper, don't be rude. Well, I thought I was going to catch a gap in the rain to get everybody fed. So I'm glad I fed alfalfa instead of grain, because as soon as it gets wet and moist, it absorbs all that water and kind of swells up, and most animals don't like to eat it at all. You know, Pepper loves it that way, but nobody else does. So alfalfa can get rained on a little bit, and it's not gonna bother them. They're gonna stand there and eat it pretty quick anyways. So I'll go inside while it rains, I guess. Well, the weather may not be perfect today, but that doesn't mean I can't get something done. I can't sit in the house and do nothing very well. One thing, quick reminder, National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky is coming up next week. We will be there on Thursday, February 16th for a meet and greet in the TYM Tractors booth. National Farm Machinery Show, Thursday, February 16th. We'll be there probably after lunch sometime for a meet and greet. TYM hasn't really put anything out official as far as time goes, but that's the game plan there. And Earl, you don't get to go, buddy. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna work on fixing up the landscape rake. Homestead Implements sent me the new bar. This is basically the part that we bent here. So they sent out a new bar replacement, but I've got to take off all 42 tines and then take that bar off and then, you know, put it back on. So let's get started. And when you get those tines off of there, you can really see just how much this is actually bent. And it probably could have been bent back into place, don't get me wrong. Look at the, oh, we've bent her pretty good. Well, I guess the easy part's over. Now I got to put all these tines back on here. All 42 of them. All done. Hey, you like my new shirt? I got it for Christmas. Some good friends of mine got it for me. I think they watch too much of my channel. I feel like this really describes me a lot of days. So, fixing the landscape rake, it's a pretty simple process. Took about 45 minutes. Kind of tedious, taking all the tines off and putting them all back on, but it's fixed and good as new, ready to get put back to work. So, huge thank you to Homestead Implements for shipping out the parts to fix the stuff that I broke. You know, and that's just kind of, I was thinking about that while I was working on this. It's just kind of like part of farm life, you know? You're gonna tear stuff up. You're gonna get out here working. If you're putting stress on your tools and your stuff, things are gonna break. And you know, I grew up here on this piece of property on a farm all of my life, and my dad was way more mechanical than I was. He could fix anything, tear it apart and fix anything, it seemed like. At least to me when I was a kid, the stuff he tore into and fixed, I had no clue what he was doing. But I didn't realize it at the time, but I was learning a lot. And until I lost him, you know, he passed away when I was 20, I really didn't realize how much he had taught me over the years and how much growing up on a farm had taught me over the years. Earl, nobody can see you, but you're wanting up here. So growing up on a farm just taught me so much. You know, you have to be, I don't want to say a jack of all trades, but things are going to break. Things are going to break down, and you've got to fix things. And, you know, whether it's plumbing or electrical or mechanical or construction or, you know, building something, you've just got to be a little bit good at a lot of things. A jack of all trades, I guess, is what people would use the terminology there. But that's one thing I hope for my kids. I hope I'm doing a good enough job as a parent that in 15 years, if some minor little thing happens, like my kids don't have to call somebody every time something breaks. Not just the boys. Emily, she's 14 now, and You know, when she turns 16, I want her to be able to handle what she needs to be able to handle. When she gets her driver's license and when she gets out on the road, if she has a flat tire, I want her to be able to know how to safely get into the right place to fix a flat tire and fix her own flat. Because after, you know, many, many years of being in law enforcement and being on the highway patrol and helping people, you'd be surprised at how helpless a lot of people are, not just young girls. But I had people that, like one year on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I had to drive about 30 miles out of my way to go help somebody because she left Dallas going to Oklahoma City and there were no full service gas stations open. So she drove until she ran out of gas because she didn't know how to pump her own gas at 17, 18, 19 years old, college age girl. Had no clue how to pump her own gas. So she just drove it till it ran out. And I know that's an extreme example, but I want my kids to be able to take care of themselves. I want my kids to be able to fix minor plumbing issues, fix minor mechanical issues, maybe not be an electrician because I don't like electricity either, but I can fix and do a few things. But you know, just stuff. I want them to be able to handle themselves and take care of themselves. And you know I'm sitting out here by myself doing this while my kids are in school. The smarter side of me would have been to wait until Houston got home and made him help me, even just the little minor stuff, you know. Sometimes that works out and sometimes it doesn't, but I feel like as a parent, it's important for me to teach my kids how to handle themselves on a farm or just everyday life. So I don't know if I'm doing a good enough job or not, but I need to make that a priority. And I probably haven't done that as much, but it's never too late, you know. So anyways, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for me today. Not a whole lot going on around here. I got a project done, even though the weather was crummy and cruddy and been raining. Not that I'm complaining. I think we ended up with probably 1.5 inches, maybe a little bit more of rain. So a little bit warmer weather coming maybe, and we could green up a little bit of grass soon. Spring is right around the corner. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.